your network is your net worth. I think everybody can agree on that, nothing new. But somehow people seem to spend very little time on that, and they don't put a high priority on it as well. And I think it's a massive mistake. Like, if you've been following my channel, this is I like to talk about it. I made a video that seems to, do pretty well, where I'm talking about social capital and the importance of networking, basically. And because I am generally a firm believer that this is going to make the difference between, thriving in Japan or just surviving. And I also believe that if you come to live in Japan, you should definitely aim for, above average, right? So networking is extremely important. Based on the video that I made, which you can find here, I don't know how it works, but I'll insert the link. I get a lot of comments and a lot of questions on how did I build my network so quickly. And for me, I took the road of recruitment, which is probably the most efficient way to build a network while being paid for it, right? And so I want to talk a little bit about how did I build this network, basically, and what I will do if I had to start over again, because I think that's quite the most interesting part for people out there. The people who are about to come to Japan, or people who just arrive in Japan and they feel limited in what they can do because they have they don't necessarily have a network. Like, I fully understand that networking takes time, and it's not something you can necessarily do while grinding, while working. But I genuinely believe it should be something that you really incorporate in your habits, because it really will pay dividends fairly quickly, and it's just a massive leverage that everything you want to accomplish, if you have a relevant and high quality network around you, everything seems easy. I wanted to quickly make a vlog about this. And another thing that I want to say as well before I get into how did I build this network is I get sometimes comments as well from people saying that the lessons or my teachings don't necessarily make sense. And I'm not here to teach you anything. I'm not selling a course. I'm simply a guy who feels extremely lucky and privileged to be in the position he's in, and who feels like if it takes me like 10-15 minutes to record a video and it can have a high impact on someone's life, that tends to make me happy. That's it. I'm not telling you how to live your life. I'm not here to teach you anything. I'm not here to sell you a coaching class or whatever the fuck it is. Like, I'm not here for that. If you believe watching my content that I'm full of shit, or that what I say is stupid or it doesn't make sense, that's fine. It doesn't matter. Like, dislike the video. Yeah, get rid of me in your life. I'm fine with it. I generally am. I understand that not everyone, comes to Japan to be rich, right? That's fine as well. I'm not trying to convince anyone. I'm just here to share my lessons and what I deeply believe in. Because, I wish I had found that kind of content myself when I was looking for a path. So anyway, how did I build this network? Basically, I got into recruitment, and I did a bit of the English teaching first, then eventually I got into recruitment. And from day one, I made a habit of meeting people, like just volume of people. Like, I think focus on quantity first is probably one of the best choices I made. Like, I saw a lot of recruiters around me who were like trying to do high quality like meetings and stuff. But to me, people who focus on quality before they have any experience, they're just lazy. They really are just lazy. So for me, as soon as I got into recruitment, I just started meeting between 10 to 20 people a week. And those people were always within my industry, which is, tech. And the way I was reaching out to those people was always the same way. I was like, hey, I'm recruiting in this tech industry. I have zero experience, but in order for me to be valuable to you in the future, I need to start somewhere. would you have 10 to 20 minutes to chat with me? And my response rate was so freaking high. My meetings were so freaking high. And this is because I was just so upfront and so honest to people. So if I had to start over again, I would go even harder on this. I would literally like create a LinkedIn account, regardless of you being in recruitment, by the way. The thing that I will do will be, I will create a LinkedIn account and I will share my story to the world. I will literally just share why I'm in Japan, what I'm trying to achieve, what is the value that I can add in people's life, and who can help me out there. And I will start posting about this literally every day. Then I will reach out to, freaking mosquitoes. I will reach out to people that are highly relevant to me, and I will ask them for their time. And the way I will approach them is literally by saying, hey, I'm in Japan. I just arrived in Japan. I'm a bit overwhelmed and a bit lost. Based on what I see on your LinkedIn account, I believe you can help me. I promise you to do everything I can during my journey here in Japan to pay you back. But as of now, could you give me 15 to 20 minutes of your time? I guarantee you send this every day to like 10, 15 people, you are building a massive, highly relevant network. And I would hammer so hard on that aspect, just reach out to people. Because what I've learned over the years is every person out there is nice. Everybody wants to help. The people that are not going to help you, they're just too busy. And if they're too busy, it probably means they're actually very good at what they do. So never give up on reaching out. Keep reaching out. Like the people that I want to meet, some people, I'm not joking, man, I've sent like probably 15, 20 messages. And at some point, the worst that can happen is people say, hey, stop reaching out to me. I'm too busy. I don't have time for you. Great. At least it's clear, apologize and whatever. But I think people really are too soft with their outreach. So this is probably one of the things that I will put so much time and effort in when I start. And I think the challenge is also like, okay, a lot of people then go through this phase of like, yeah, but what do I have to offer? I have nothing to offer. And I've been there. Like when I started recruitment, sure, I was a recruiter, sure, I had a job, but I had no clients, and I had pretty much, I had to kind of start from scratch, honestly. Like I did have a couple of positions here and there, but generally speaking, I very quickly got into a position where I had to find clients myself and I had to find candidates myself. And I remember that one of the main angles I had when it came to approaching people and trying to land a meeting was just me saying, hey, I don't have much to offer, but I have time, and I'm a very hard worker. So time is the most valuable commodity, right? Like, so if you reach out to people, say, hey, right now I don't have much, but I have so much time, people will actually, appreciate that you're honest and you're hustling. Like, it's a lost art. Like, people are, overall not willing to do much for free. So, I will really, emphasize on, hey, I have a lot of time to offer. And so, yeah. Just killed the mosquito again. But so that will be, what I will do if I had to start over again. Really figure out what you can offer and just reach out to people on LinkedIn. Like, LinkedIn is such an underrated tool. It's insane. Like, LinkedIn is growing in Japan right now. They're putting high efforts to grow Japan, but still a very small market for LinkedIn. And it really shows in the sense that I was able to build an audience on LinkedIn very fast. I started posting and creating content only about probably a year and a half ago, like in a serious matter, right? Like volume and wise. And it changed my life. And so that's another thing that if I had to start over again, dude, those mosquitoes are crazy. If I had to start over again, I would create content from day one. I will go all in on creating content because it's so underrated. And if you're someone out there who's like, yeah, but I don't have anything to say, think deeper. Because even if you have nothing to say, create content about the fact that you have nothing to say and that you're trying to figure things out. I think vulnerability is way more appealing these days than deep expertise. Everyone is an expert. Like, everyone can prompt ChatGPT, but most people can't be vulnerable and can't admit in front of an unknown audience that they don't know what they're doing and they're trying to figure shit out. There is something that, I don't know, if I see someone posting like, hey, I have this goal, I have this dream, I'm coming to Japan, this is what I sacrificed, and I'm trying to achieve X, Y, Z, for some reason I will try to connect the dots for that person. I'll probably try to do something I can do to help that person. Even if it's as little as resharing their post, I will just be in admiration for that person. And look, how did I build my network? Honestly, that's it. It's just the grind and the net, like this referral effect as well, where every person that I meet, I will end my meetings, I still do, asking the person, based on the conversation you and I had, based on what you know now of what I'm trying to achieve, if it's not too much asked, can you introduce me to 2 or 3 people that could help me move, the needle in the right direction? And people will do it most of the time. At least one person, and by asking 2 or 3, you're giving yourself a wide scope, right? But yeah, that's really it. And yeah, I would, if I had to start over again, the other thing is I will do a lot more work for free. I'll reach out to people and I'll try to create quickly value around them. And if they see value, then you start charging. Like, working for free is, recruitment is a lot of, I do a lot of work for free. But at the end of the day, long term, it does pay off. So that's, I'm definitely all over the place with this video. Building a network has completely changed my life. It's such an underrated skill. I think, really, if you're in Japan, like, just put some real efforts into it. And LinkedIn is insanely good, especially in Japan. Like, the bar is very low. People don't leverage it that much yet. So you can get quickly eyeballs and quickly attention on the platform. And if you're someone who's like, yeah, but that's not really who I am, I don't really want to expose myself, okay, great, up to you. I was like that. If you know me, I didn't want to create content. It's not at all something matching my personality. But every person that I highly admire is somehow creating content. Like the top of the top, the people that I genuinely look up to, they create content. So that was all I needed to kind of get going, And I can tell you this, it does get so much easier. Like, I remember being so self-conscious before starting to record, and now I actually don't care. Like, I literally have my camera in my backpack every day. Today I felt like I want to record something quickly, share a bit of information. Here we go. And if you start doing this from day one when arriving in Japan, you will build skills and you will build an audience and you will build a network in parallel of your growth here in Japan. And I've really only started to leverage, content creation over the past year and a half. But I guarantee you, if I had done this from day one, arriving in Japan, yeah, I will be a lot further in life, so to speak, and in terms of business and stuff. So I'll just end this with that. Create content, build a network from day one. I can't recommend it highly enough. And if recruitment is a path that you want to take, feel free to always reach out. I try to guide people. There's a lot of, every recruitment agency is always hiring. So feel free to reach out for that as well. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.